It Comes at Night. Except that it doesn't. And I don't know if that's a spoiler or just a cautionary tale, but really if there was only one thing I could say about this movie, it'd be that. But first, let's rewind a little bit. So, It Comes at Night, distributed by A24, a company that put out quite some interesting horror-ish titles these past few years. This movie, it generated quite some buzz, and while I didn't see any of the trailers or anything really, all I really heard was just that it was a legit good horror movie. And well, I like the sound of that, so let's take a look at what we have here. We follow this family, mom, dad, teenage son, who live in a house in a forest. There's some kind of virus out there that makes people sick, seemingly whipping out most of the population, so they only go out if necessary. But then this guy tries to break in, claiming he was just looking for food for his family. They don't trust him, but eventually they do, so they bring him and his family to their house to share resources. But tension between the families rises and whoops, I just told you the whole movie. And nothing wrong with that, it's not a bad story, but it is just that. I'm pretty sure the biggest problem was that, you know, with people seeing the posters and the trailers, they were all like, oh shit, this is gonna be scary, it comes at night. But, like I said, it doesn't. We don't even find out what it is. And, you know, sure, I'm all for the less you know, the scarier, even though that on itself is arguable. And I read things like that it's all a metaphor for something else, and be that as it may, you still can't blame the moviegoers for being disappointed with this movie after a whole marketing campaign promising them a scary horror movie. Because after seeing it twice now, I've come to realize it's simply just not really a horror movie. The only scary parts are when the family's teenage son, Travis, is having nightmares. It's the oldest trick in the book. But here, they go even one step further. See, as soon as we're watching a dream sequence, the aspect ratio goes up, which is a cool visual gag, but it also completely takes out all the tension. Because not only do we now know when a scare is coming up, we also know that it is just a dream sequence, which bears no actual consequences for any of the characters in real life. Take out the dream sequences and you basically have a scare-free movie. Which isn't a bad thing. I mean, I love certain comedies, they're not horror movies, still like them. It's just, you know, when you watch a horror movie, you just kinda expect it to be at least a little scary. That's why, you know, I just feel like this just simply isn't really a horror movie. If anything, I describe it as maybe like a psychological thriller drama. And really, don't get me wrong, I mean, so far I probably sound quite negative about this movie, but I don't think it's a bad movie at all. So let's just take a look at some of the things that I actually did like about this movie. So, if we approach it as more of a psychological thriller, it does work a lot better. It's almost more of a character study of a group of people together in a shitty situation, and we're just the spectators to how they deal with this shitty situation. And it's very well made. Great direction, the acting was very on point, very realistic, as well as the dialogue and interaction between the characters. I'm not complaining about any of that at all. I mean, it really is a well-made little indie drama slash thriller. And maybe if the movie was titled differently and the whole marketing campaign was more honest, you know, more to the point, maybe this movie would have been received even better. Maybe. I don't know, I mean, in all honesty, it would still just be a virus outbreak and family trying to survive type of movie. And even though it's very well made, in the end, it is just that. Like I said, don't get me wrong, I liked it. I just don't think it's anything special. You know, it isn't particularly scary or smart or even interesting. But I don't know, maybe I'm just missing something, I honestly don't know. So, what do you guys think? Am I indeed just missing something, or do you think that I made some valid points here? Let me know in the comments, maybe we can talk about it a little bit. You know, this is one of those movies that I would actually, you know, like to see a little bit of a discussion. So, you guys do that, and then I'll be back with the next video, which will actually be our final installment in this The Horrors of 2017 series. So, see you guys then. Cheers.